Hey, dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration.
Hey y'all, Diane here. Welcome to a new DIY. Today we're going to craft for the fall season, and therefore I'm going to explain what we're going to do. First, if you're new here, welcome. These things have the main role in our, I think, last DIY since about a year or something. Tumbling tower blocks. These are the packages that Jenny and I buy online. They cost €3 and then you get 45 pieces. This is how they are packaged, just in plastic. And these are the size of the blocks. I believe they're 2 centimeters wide and 5 centimeters long. And yeah, we like to craft with it. We buy them online in a web shop which sells party supplies, and since this is a game which you can play at a party, they sell it. And we make various kinds of things with these. We also love to use supplies from Action. That is a shop here in the Netherlands, about similar to Dollar Tree. Action also sold these things first, different package and a little bit of different size. There you got 60 pieces for €3, and it was slightly bigger than the ones that we're using right now. However, these are a little bit, I think, more suitable to build, especially organic shapes, because they're smaller, tinier, and, you know, a little bit more versatile to use. What we're going to do today is build pumpkins, actually, which is pretty easy, and we're going to put them inside of a shadow box, and therefore I'm going to use 3 of these. They come in a double package, so I have 1 left. Oh, the camera's wiggling, isn't it? Yeah. If you see a little bit of a wobbly image now and then, that's because my neighbor is doing the laundry at this time, and I feel the washing machine and the table is a little bit doing like this. It's everything a little bit shaky. So yeah, sometimes that image might get a little bit shaky as well. I don't know when she's doing the laundry. That's at the most random times. So I can't, you know, deal in advance with it and, you know, pause the whole thing for a while. So sorry about that. To continue, these are just square canvases. I also have here 1 loose, and these are also from Action, and I work with them. They have various sizes and shapes, but I like these the most. And what I like about them, I have, by the way, no idea what they cost anymore. Totally forgot that because I have these for a really long time in my stash. I really like, this is the back. You can see it here, that it has a really nice wooden frame. And also the canvas is of use. What we're going to do is I'll grab a knife. Then at the edges, I tear the canvas loose from the wood with the knife. We keep these apart because we want to use them later on. And then we're going to paint the frames black. After the painting is done, the whole canvas here will be, actually visible, but then behind the wood. So first you see the wood and then the canvas. So we just turn them around as you see now. And then inside we're going to make 3 nice pumpkins in 3 different colors with maybe some words, and that is it actually. Super easy, super nice, looks really nice in every kind of decor. Also suitable, by the way, for other kinds of seasonal decor. Christmas, spring, winter, totally up to you. Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Halloween, you name it. But today we're going to do the pumpkins. Well, I think that was enough introduction for today. Let's tear this thing apart, and I will speed the process up a little bit because you already know what I'm going to do, which I just explained. Are you ready? Let's go and we start crafting. This is what you get after you pull out the whole canvas. A nice wooden frame and a nice plaque of canvas, which now I can show you what I wanted to show. We're going to use behind the wood. And of course we're going to get rid of these parts. But step 1 is done. 2 more to go. As I said, you know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to skip the other 2 parts. We're going to strip the canvas out of the wood, because you know what's going to follow next. So when you see me back again, these 2 are done. Three of these, a brush, and of course we will need paint as well. Therefore I like to use this blackboard paint from Action. This stuff is cheap. I think it's cheap for paint, and the coverage is superb. This can cost €6. Well, of course you have cheaper paint, but this is just such a nice stuff to work with. So, what's a good idea? I think I start off here and lay into dry there. Actually, going to speed it up again. See you soon when it's done. All the 3 of the wooden frames are completely black now. I had to fix here and there here in the center. Well, you can't see, but there were spaces which I couldn't reach with the big brush, so I used a small brush to get in between the corners. Well, let's flip these. Didn't paint this because I think that when I do that, the glue won't set well enough. Let's first shake it. The glue that I'm using is fake Mod Podge, because Mod Podge here is, I think, €15 for 1 small can. Don't know what the price at your country is, but I found that a little bit expensive. Anyway, this is stuff here from Action again, and this stuff here is 17 times cheaper than the real Mod Podge. So yeah, that was a deal for me. Oh, I need a brush as well. Just a big brush. I have, by the way, a bag full of these colored watercoloring brushes. They are always handy. Let me see, what did I wanted to show you again? Oh yeah, that we are going to pour the glue over here. Ooh, it's very fluid because it's pretty warm today. And I'm going to apply it with a brush. Let me also get the second one. The third one here is still a corner that needs to be drying. So we'll do that one later. There we go. A nice thick layer will do, because we're going to brush it out. Yeah. Don't forget to brush the top. Otherwise glue gets hard and then you need to open it again with a nozzle. Oops. Okay, well, let's just gently apply the glue. I think by dabbing is the fastest way. Just continue like this, and I will dry it transparent, so don't worry about pieces that you might still see. And as I said, I think this stuff works the best on, you know, unpainted, unvarnished, whatever you want to call it, wood. So no stain, nothing. Oh, here's a big part. Okay. I think it's nice and set. Quickly do the other one as well. And then I'm going to reuse actually the canvases that I pulled off earlier. And get that on the back parts of these frames. Then we let it dry. I really don't know what the drying time will be, but I will put a heavy object upon it. So hopefully then it dries a little bit more, you know, neat. And that gives the DIY a more high-end look. Because glue sometimes, you know, might rubble up the whole thing. Especially the corners needs to be done pretty well. Okay, well, enough for now. Let's get ourselves, put you away so we can demonstrate a little bit better. Let's grab ourselves one of the canvases. This side up. Not this side, however, this side looks also pretty nice. I think I'm going to do this side. You see, this here is plain white, and this has a more softer color. Just going to see if it works. If not, then we'll have to find something else. Never tried it with this side, by the way. Oh yeah, this looks marvelous. Let me pick it up. If it falls down, then we know that the glue won't stick. Okay. I'm in doubt if this will work. No, not working. Okay, well, then we know that. Just flip over to this side. The other side is wet, but no big deal. There's still plenty of glue left over here. Okay. Now, let's grab ourselves, however. This side is also letting go. Maybe it just will work, but I still need to have a little bit more patience. I think that's the thing. Just going to retry it again. I really want to have the other side. That looks so much more high-end to me than this side. Good. I think that the point is that we really need a heavy object. Quickly do the other one as well, before the glue is drying too hard. Wait a minute, this one here is double folded. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to put the toolkit, for your working tools completely, or a heavy box upon this. Let that dry, and then we can continue with our DIY journey. Oh, and we also need to get rid of the scraps around. Everything's done, and yippee, it worked. I'm so glad that it worked out. Trying to get rid of the scraps around here, and therefore I think it's just the easiest way to just carefully cut them off with scissors. Now, the canvases are done. Time to start with the pumpkins, and therefore you just need several of these blocks. And of course we need wood glue. I already lifted the cap off. This wood glue comes from Action. Costs about €3, I think, for this whole can. Super strong and lasts very, very long. Now, for the 3 pumpkins, we're going to use 2 layers. 1 layer of 3 and 1 layer of 2 blocks. Glue these together, and then these on top. And that is our pumpkin. If you want a really big one, you can do this, but to be honest, I don't like it because I think then it looks like a pyramid, but that depends on your blocks, of course. Okay, let's first lay them down upon our crafting mat. 3 here, yes, and then 2 there. I also keep 2 spare extra blocks at hand. You will see wherefore I'm going to need that. Gluing time. How I like to glue is just lay everything down flat, leave the first one in a row down, and the other one you turn them up with a small side, or at least the side that you need to glue. So these 2 and these 2 as well. Then we're going to apply some glue. It doesn't need to be super that much. Just a few tips will do. Unless your craft comes with great force and you need really strong joints, then I suggest using more glue. For now on, this will do, and I think it's even too much. Close this thing, otherwise the nozzle gets stuck full of glue, and really cleaning that up is a mess. Now, if you want your glue to divide it a little bit better than this, just rub them against each other. By doing that, you get glue in every corner of the surface that you need to glue down. Up and down, actually all the directions. There. And then I'd like to do is just leave the glue to dry for a couple of minutes. And after that, you can put them together. And then you let it dry. I think half an hour is enough for today, but that might be a difference depending on the humidity. the temperature, and maybe are you even able to put everything down in the sunlight for a quicker dry. Well, a couple of minutes later, just take these, gently put them together. Don't push too hard. The pushing part will come afterwards. And that's where those spare blocks here, these two are for. Just gentle, like so. There we go. Now you grab your extra blocks and push this together. There comes a lot of glue peeping through here as well. And there. And the last one. To make sure everything is flat and outlined, just press the other side as well. And this comes with, indeed, some force. And the last one there. If you have spilled glue, just wiping it away with your finger. You can also use tissue paper. I'm wiping it down to the crafting mat, which I clean once in a while. It dries up transparent, as I said. There. Now, actually, I think we are ready to apply the second layer. However, yeah, I'm just going to do it. It's warm today, so the glue is drying really well. Lift these, look, they already apply together, and turn them over. Then as to just a few dots of glue will be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it looks like a domino play. Well, then we put one in the center. There. And you put them upon here. And those are the pumpkins. At least for now, because of course we need to paint them and they need a little bit more details. Just make sure that we do that push thing again to outline everything. And then we let everything dry. Oops. There we go. There's a little bit of space in between. This one needs a firm push down somehow. Thought it was enough to just align, but not. Okay, let's redo it again. While pushing this down, sometimes that is necessary. Still in the center, yes it is. And the last one. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands because there's glue everywhere. And I forgot to put this thing back on. Luckily I'm quick enough, but I regularly forget that. And then the whole cap turns dry. And you gotta clean it again. Okay, the 3 pumpkins ready to dry. The pumpkins are dry and it's time to paint them. I have 2 colors that I'd like to use. I have green and brown. And I also am looking if I'm going to shake. If I can create orange. And therefore I have acrylic paint in yellow and red. Everything, all the paint comes from Action, of course. And I really like to work with it. First start off with the 2 base colors that you just saw, the green and the brown pumpkin color. And then I'm going to mix, therefore I'll be using a cup, the orange color. These 2 are done, time to mix up orange, and I'm really anxious about it because I'm not good at paint mixing. First, pour some yellow into the cup. Get down gets down on the wrong way. Sure. That's one. And now I need a tiny little bit. Oh, this thing closes, very annoying. Let me slam it into the table. There we go. And now some red, but a tiny amount of red. Really a tiny amount. Hopefully that will work. Just this drop will do, I guess. Well, it's not that much. I'm going to mix, and of course I think we need a lot more yellow. This is a little bit too orange, I think, for me. Just pouring some extra yellow in then. And if necessary, we can always mix up with some more red. We also have a really soft, warm color of orange. I think that's going to work out right now. Okay, I believe it's ready to attach. Look, it's nice. Okay, let's do it. Now, 3 colors, 3 kinds of pumpkins, ready to dry. Leave them drying and then we'll see when it's done. Well, right now there's a whole lot coming together because the frames are done. 2 of the pumpkins are done right now. The third one, the orange one, needed an extra layer of paint and it's now drying. Since that's acrylic paint, it's going to be a little bit slower. So we leave one behind. I still see that the cutting could be a little bit neater, so that's what we're going to do later on. Gluing time, I guess. Just taking a look. Everything is outlined. I think it is. Well, okay, let's grab our wood glue. Open the cap. And first we're going to glue down the 2 pumpkins. Just lay them upside down. And right now we need a really strong joint, so I'm going to use a little bit more glue than I would normally have done. Because I think that's necessary because the canvas isn't super strong material for something kind of as heavy as these 2 blocks. Now, rub to divide the glue, what I explained in the beginning. So now there's a little bit more of the surface covered up in glue, as you can see. Okay, then let's lay it down. Not touching anything that hard. And to see if they're on the same level. This one should go a little bit more to the side. And now I'm going to push pretty hard. Still feel the left one shaking a little bit. Bringing it back to its original state. Well, I think they're stuck. Still need to dry, of course. For the decoration, I want to use letters. Let me start off with, I think we put this one in the center. So I want to put is in there. And I also have fall. And this is going to be quite the challenge because the canvas is a little bit flurry, flubbling, going up and down. Well, I think this is it. Therefore, we need our hot glue gun. Let's check if the glue is warm enough. I think so. I'm going to carefully glue it down. And I therefore like to start in the center. Why? Because then I can determine a little bit better how my letters should be displayed. Do not burn your fingers. Easier said than done, I know. And just 2 more to go. And the last one, hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me hold the whole thing a little bit lower for you. Just apply a gentle layer of glue on the back of your letter. Then turn it around quickly. Oops. And position it into the right place. And let it rest so the glue can cool down. There we have the first one. Now I'm going for the second one, which is a little bit harder because this thing has only 2 letters, so no centerpiece. just on the best luck. And S should go right behind. Okay, I'm leaving the here part, the third one, just empty. There. Now, looks sweet, right? Now the pumpkin needs to be real, and therefore you already saw me having it here. I have some branches. Here are these curly things. I have leaves, however I think, no, the leaves are slightly a little bit too big, but we'll see. Maybe we can put them, here I have two loose parts. Maybe we can put them, you know, something like this in a corner, or there in a corner, just to add a funny little detail. So I'm going to keep them. I also have this green. Maybe that can also go in a corner together with the leaves, or maybe with the branch that's going to be on top of here. Can I? Oh, I can pull it apart. Great. Now I hope you can see here it has a little thick thing at the end. We can leave it like that, but it's way too long. I see it now. So first cut it off. It doesn't need to have such long branches. It's still a bit too long. Let me cut up some more. Otherwise it's going to cross the words. Nope. Again, it's too long. Well, there's going to be short branches needed then. Is this better? I think it is. Just going to cut some random branches. We can reuse some more. You see, and then this is what I want to make happen. However, the whole thing doesn't stay together because I don't have glued anything. You see what I mean? Just like an original pumpkin would have done. And by doing this, I can recreate quite some branches with a realistic length. Yeah. There. You know, I'm just going to make some sort of bouquet, but it's all going to be glued down in the center part, right there. You see, that's a little bit what I mean. And since that is dry, after that is dry, we can continue doing the last decorations. But first, these. I'm going to speed this up because you already know what I had in mind. And yeah, it's also a little bit more fun for you to watch. Here's the last one, the orange pumpkin, ready to go. You see, I forgot to put the cap back on. Always so annoying that I keep forgetting that. Oh, luckily it isn't stuck. Okay, now just divide the glue a little bit with the nozzle. There we go. I keep this one here so I know where to put this thing. In the same height, I hope. Give it a big push. There we are. Oh yeah, the other one. Still need to attach some letters. Let me put them into the right position. Actually, you know the trick. By the way, I found out that, let me take one of these off. Go on. That thick part here, this thing here, looks actually very realistic. I also put it here in the center, and I think I like it, so I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just going to let it be there. But then about, well, so we say this high. Look. Won't that be a cutie? Oh, there's a little bit of plastic that needed to be removed. Oh, this way Look, that looks much more like a pumpkin than when I should have cut it off. Okay, now, well, the glue gun is at the meantime warming up. Let's put these back where I put them. There, and then we can finish off with the last decorations. This one here can be put away because we're done with that. Now I want to add the leaves, and therefore I have this branch here, and I cut off some big and some small leaves. And I think they go perfectly well together if you put them upon each other like that. And therefore we just glue down here at the back, especially there. And then I'm going to let it lay here, hold until the glue is settled. This can be warm, so make sure that you don't burn your fingers. If you want to, you can also push it down like this. And then I have a tiny leaf, which I'm going to put here, laying over this one. A little bit of glue here and there. That should do. How cute is this? This is the final reveal of the DIY. Hope you like what we made again. Please let us know in the comment section what you think. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching again. And we hope to see you back again in our next video. Bye everyone, have a nice day.